Hello fellow creature, welcome back to Rooftop Talks. I want to start this video off with a mental exercise. I want to take you first to a dark place. Picture the worst future imaginable for yourself. Picture that some bad people got their hands on you and they decided not to kill you straight away, but they also captured your family. They got to your family. Okay, what's the worst that could happen? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Use that imagination of yours. Go to that dark place. Now, it's likely that the fears that you brought to your mind just then, the things that you fear the most, the worst fate imaginable, and you have that idea in your mind right now, and I don't know what it is because I haven't asked you, but it's likely that our society already performs those actions routinely, legally, on helpless victims, helpless individuals. Those individuals do not happen to be human. They are of different species, but they can feel those things. And the worst kicker is that most people are complicit in this activity. We fear being hunted like animals. We fear being imprisoned like animals. We fear being branded like animals. We fear being castrated like animals. We fear being forcibly impregnated like animals. We fear our children being taken away from us like animals. And of course, we fear ourselves and everyone close to us being massacred like animals. Everything I've just listed happens routinely to animals, and people pay for it to happen. Through supply and demand, they pay for these products that are obtained through the objectification and the use, the exploitation of animals' bodies at the expense of the animals. It's kind of irregardless of the fact that the animals are conscious and experiencing it. Everything we fear being done to us, with few exceptions, is being done to animals legally. How is that right? How is that fair? And people wonder, people who have not made the connection in my close circle, people who have not made this realization, they wonder why I'm upset. They wonder why thinking about animals takes me to a dark place. And it's not because of me. It's not because of there's something wrong with me. It's because I'm facing the truth and I don't like what I see. I do not like where we are in history right now. This chapter of history that we're currently living through is fucked. It's a dark chapter in history. And I'd like to do what I can here to first make people aware and try and bring about change through awareness. If we think about the apex of human depravity, there is one vision that consistently gets brought up. The Nazi death camps, especially in the West. In the East, it might be the rape of Nanking. In the West, it's the Nazi death camps. The ovens, It sits atop the pile. It sits atop the pile of evil. It's taken root in our collective consciousness as the symbol of the apex of evil and of depravity, of chaos. And in no way do I ever seek to trivialize what was done. I agree that it is definitely one of, if not the darkest chapter in history. I just want to say though, buddy, we do all of that shit to animals. We gas animals. We gas farm animals to death. Pigs, they asphyxiate on gas. We decapitate animals, we castrate animals, we perform experiments on animals, just like in the Nazi death camps. We imprison them, restrict their freedom to tiny little boxes. The farmhands are unsupervised and they grow resentful to the animals that they are in charge of. There's no oversight and they taunt them, they harass them, they mock them. They have fun at the expense of their animals often. And there are laws, there are ag-gag laws in many parts of the world which mean that if you as a journalist try to document this abuse, you could face arrest. You could be liable for exposing the truth. If you're a non-vegan, your last meal was more than likely sourced from one of these death camps. Do not kid yourself to think that you only buy from the good guys, right? If you are against factory farms, and your family's against factory farms, and your neighbors are against factory farms, and everyone you know, when asked, is against factory farms, why do factory farms still exist? And why are factory farms responsible for 99% of all the animal products that are produced? You buy from factory farms. You pay for them to stay in operation. Okay? How do you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night? I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you keep waking up each day, making an active decision when you go to the supermarket, when you go to a restaurant, to fund factory farms. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't live with myself. I'd be miserable with the knowledge of what I was paying for, Some of them use gas, some of them use a bolt gun, some of them decapitate. It's all at the animal's expense, and it's all for one reason. Animals are seen as objects. They're treated as objects. They are not treated as living, sensitive beings that they are. And that's the problem. So that's the message of my video. Everything we fear being done to us, we do to animals. I often say that I wouldn't wish this kind of fate on my worst enemy. And I don't think you, if you are a good person, you're a forgiving person, I don't think you would wish this kind of fate on your worst enemy. But you do allow that kind of fate for animals who have done no wrong to you. How is that fair? I want to leave you with that thought. Everything we fear being done to us, we do to animals.